That was bright for a minute. Hey, what's going on? Whew, it is early. And I don't even really know where I am. Well, I mean, I do, but I got no idea where I'm going, so. Ended up taking a trip, kind of a last minute thing. This came up pretty quickly and really kind of just had to do this, a family situation. And it also served the purpose of being something for my son to be able to do, to be able to see his cousins, and, you know, for my wife to be able to see her family. But there was definitely a reason we had to come down here. So 15 hours away is where I am. I'm down in Mississippi, and man, we drove this thing yesterday, the day before yesterday. Yeah. I did this entire trip 15 hours straight. Raw dogged the trip. No stopping overnight like we normally do. Usually we would break this trip up into 2 days. Not this time. We left at like 6 p.m. and got here at 9 a.m. yesterday morning. So it's been good. My son's been able to play with his cousins. We're going to be here for a couple of days. And then, you know, get back to work. But it's 5 a.m. in a sleepy little town. Not sure if you can even see much of what I'm showing you, because there's really not a whole lot to show you down here. I'm going to the McDonald's. This is literally a one stoplight town. Yeah, just a one stoplight town. But it's a beautiful place. I really enjoy it down here. And who knows if I'm able to do anything down here. There's bando shit to explore. Well, there used to be. They tore down one of the things that I wanted to explore. Look, I shit you not, there's the one stoplight right there. They don't even have a grocery store here anymore. Look at that. That was their grocery store, and that shit shut down. I think they're getting ready to reopen it, though. Yeah. Pretty cool little town. Years ago, we came here. I got a chance to explore their jail. They had a really small jail, like a little 60 prisoner jail. That was pretty cool. There's their courthouse right there. Their jail is literally right there. I don't even really remember where I'm going. Just trying to find the McDonald's. It's 5 a.m. I figured people would be up getting ready to go to work, but doesn't really look like that's the case at all. I passed one car so far. The McDonald's opens at 5 a.m. so I can go get my grande black coffee and get some biscuits for the kids. My son's ready to wake up right now too, so I want to make sure he's got something to eat as soon as he wakes up. I'm pretty hungry myself, actually. Whew. But yeah, man, not a whole lot. Had a conversation with my nephew yesterday. I think he's like 8 or 9 years old, really smart kid. He said, Joe, or Uncle, I can't remember what he called me, what do you do for a living besides YouTube? I said, well, essentially what I do, I said, you ever seen those people on the side of the road holding up a piece of cardboard? Begging for money? I said, that's kind of like what I do, except I do it on the internet. And he thought that was funny. And I thought that was not so funny. All right, I'm at the end of the road right here. Where is the McDonald's at? Because I'm as lost can be. Oh, shit. Did I go the wrong way? Let me get with y'all in just a minute. Testing something also with this Insta360 Pro camera, Ace 2. Filming in 1080, 24 frames per second. It's supposed to be the best that you could film low light in is the 24 frames per second. But I'm up at the McDonald's right now. You'll notice 2 cars ahead of me. We're gonna be here for quite a while. Very nice gentleman who just took my order. I was at the order machine and he said, hey, just pull up to the first window. I'll take your order there. I said, okay, no problem. So I pull up, he takes my order. I got 5 biscuits and a large black coffee. He says, okay, well, just give me a little bit. I'll go make this for you. He said, nobody else bothered to show up this morning. I'm like, yo, you're the only one in there. I ought to go try to volunteer. I don't know nothing about nothing. And look at this man. He's holding shit down, too. Damn, he's holding it down over there. That was a police car right there. The first car. There we go, the sheriff. Yeah, man. Woo! Hey, don't screw around out here, man. They ain't got nothing better to do. They got nothing better to do but mess with you. Why is I looking so red? I guess I'm reflecting with these brake lights here. Try to get a little light going on up in here. Yeah, man, so ain't nobody in the house awake. Oh, man. Look at that, man. There's my coffee right there. Got a biscuit right there. Yo, this guy deserves a freaking raise. Straight up. Damn, he deserves a raise. Look at that. He made them biscuits that quick. That's wild.
I think you ended up with a hash brown. Just enjoy it.
Hey, look, I don't know what they pay you up here, but you definitely deserve a raise.
I'm already been maxed out for the last 7 years, so it'll be all right.
Well, you have a good one.
I'm gonna try. I got 2 more years, and then I'm gonna retire any damn way from here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, sir.
Well, I appreciate you, and you have a blessed day, my friend.
You have a good one. Thank you. You want to talk about a guy that deserves to be famous on social media, get to go fund me, all that good shit that you see for people? That's the guy right there. That man just made that order. 5 biscuits, a coffee, and there were 2 cars ahead of me. And he did that shit in the amount of time that it would normally take if he had a full crew in there. And it was fast. I say normally take if you were getting great service, I should say. All right, let me figure out how to get home. Hello there. Hey, what's going on? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Really, it's 5 o'clock. We're an hour behind being down here in sleepy little Mississippi. So I was going through some video footage sporadically while down here, trying to edit some stuff, and, well, I didn't like anything that I had. So let me just go ahead and share with you some highlights from what I haven't shared with you thus far. Folks, I landed that drywall job. How crazy is that? And of course, after crunching the numbers after you get the job, you realize that you put those numbers just a little too tight. In fact, to put it into perspective, shit, I've already spent $250 of that $1,400 that I bid that ceiling at, and we ain't even started the job yet. So I put the proposal together last Friday. The man told me that he would get with me, by the end of the weekend. It was 6 p.m. Sunday when he hits me up and tells me I got the job. And I tell him, okay, cool, thank you so much, very respectfully. But I can't start on Monday like I had originally told you. I got to start on the following Monday because something came up, which was this trip. And he was not happy about that at all. So, after apologizing profusely and, going back and forth, he finally is okay with me starting this upcoming Monday. After talking with a couple of people about this situation, the way that it seems is I probably was his last resort. Either I was too high in terms of the previous bids that he got because he said he had 2 other bids, or, again, just being the last resort. But, you know, we agreed that I would start on Monday. So, again, crazy to think that we came down to Mississippi. This was kind of a happenstance type of a thing. Just really kind of popped up sporadically. And we raw dogged this drive 15 straight hours. Usually we would do this trip in 2 days. Not this time, though. And I needed to prove that because we're leaving on Sunday, and I needed to prove that it could be done. Now, aside from damn near falling asleep behind the steering wheel a couple of times, not just me, my wife as well, we made it. And it'll be a little bit easier on the trip back home. To all my truckers out there, Redskin Chris especially, hey, how many miles are you putting in per day? I'd be curious to know that. Boy, you got a tight turn here. Good deal, he made it in. Didn't take off the side of my car. Yeah, I think a trucker's only putting in, what, like 600 or 700 miles a day? Max. This was almost 1,000 miles. So, we're down here, we're enjoying it. This is all for my son. He's down here with his cousins. My wife's down here with her family. You know, it's just a good time for them. I'm just here. Kind of the outsider, but no big deal. It's all for them. The internet down here is not the greatest, so in terms of trying to get videos up, I'm not sure when I'll be able to get anything up, but I'm certainly trying to get something up pretty quickly. So we got the job. We're going to start that this upcoming week. And I've already spent $250 on the job, and we haven't even started it. Joe, what have you bought? Well, I've bought some toys. My wife isn't too happy about this. She's like, what are you doing? Are we reinvesting in a business again? And I'm like, no, we're not. Just trying to get some things that I need. So I got a drywall bazooka taper. You'll see that in action pretty soon. And I've also got the flat box, the mud box, the flat finishing 10-inch mud box. Both of those two devices are going to make taping and mudding incredibly faster. And, you know, if I've already spent $250, well, then maybe I can save $250 in terms of labor or time on the job. I'm anticipating that I'm going to spend about $400 in materials and supplies. Could end up being a little bit more than that. And so long as I'm seeing $250 per day, which I'm still tracking to be able to do that, and pay my labor $150 a day, I think we'll be okay. So I'm about to run into this little gas station right here. That's like the town Walmart, and try to get some beer. Yeah, so we can enjoy this little vacation. I'll be right back. I'm back, just that quick, with no beer, no dice. I drink Corona, so it ain't really no big of a deal for me, but my wife, you know, she likes the IPAs, the exotics. And don't come to no little small town in Mississippi and think they about to carry anything of the sort. Most exotic shit they got in there is some Angry Orchard. Boy, you ain't about to find. Hey, you ain't about to find. This is about to be an adventure right here. So we'll go try the gas station. That's a little bit outside of town, but whew, yeah, man. This was an adventure getting down here. And real quick, interesting about this place, hey, this little town used to be a dry town. In fact, when me and my wife first started dating, I remember going to the Mexican restaurant, you know, and drinking a Dr. Pepper. Last night we went there and we were able to have a margarita. A couple of years ago, they allowed alcohol in the town. Not sure why. They didn't have it for the longest time. For the entirety of my wife's life, they didn't have it, I believe. But now all of a sudden they do. But, you know, trying to find an IPA, a millennia beer, as it might be referred to as. Yo, man, you got any of them hazies? You got any of them craft beers, man? Hey, shit. You're looking like freaking Bill Gates up in this bitch. Completely out of place. I didn't even ask them if they carried it. I just went to the beer cooler and it was like Budweiser, Busch, Not a lot of selection. So anyways, what else is going on? Thinking I'm about to become a gamer. I've been doing my Kicking the Bobo over on twitch.tv/afterprisonshow. I've been playing this game called Ready or Not, really obsessed with that. It's just really good gameplay. People are enjoying that. Who knows, man? Maybe I had the wrong dream, Georgie. I should have been a Dr. Disrespect, minus the sketchy text messages between him and minors, allegedly. So, anyways, I haven't personally been doing a whole hell of a lot here. Again, here's that courthouse that we saw first thing this morning when it was super dark out. And then there's the jail over there. Look, they got the guards just sitting right out on the front steps like ain't a whole hell of a lot going on. But it's been good. My son's been having a blast. My wife's been enjoying it. And for the two of them, that's the only thing that freaking matters. You know, so long as they enjoy the hell out of this, I enjoy it. It couldn't have came at a worse time for me. I need the work. But I got to share this with you too. I'm going to catch hell for this in the comments section. Yo, man, my wife got a freaking raise, dog. Holy shit. As if I couldn't already be a freaking stay-at-home dad. My wife was already making enough money to almost pretty much carry us completely. Pretty much. Minus a couple of the high expenditures that I have, my truck, things of that nature. Man, my wife got a raise. She told me what her paycheck, she just got paid. She told me what her freaking paycheck was. I was like, man, what the frick are you doing with me? Joe's a bum, is what I'm feeling like. So as happy as I am for my wife, man, I am super in my feels about the fact that, man, I just feel incompetent. I'm out here in freaking, Bald Eagle, God's country, looking for freaking craft beer. And yo, my wife is making more money than most people make in 2 months. Super proud of her. Super proud of her. Maybe even more than that. And she making that every 2 weeks. Yeah, man. Hey, she doing good, and I'm proud of her. That McDonald's situation was right over there. I wish I would have filmed more of that. That would have been a viral situation for that older gentleman. Probably should have been. But I don't know. I don't want it to seem like I'm like crashing out or nothing like that. I'm making the most of this. Like I said, this couldn't have came at a worse time for me because, of course, I need to work. But I am going to take full advantage of this. And by time it's all said and done, get back rejuvenated to a certain degree. Get ready to go knock this drywall job out to the max. It's crazy to think that I lost that project manager job behind a drywall job to a certain degree. And now here I go, my first real gig getting back into shit. Well, at least my second. Painting that trailer was the first. Is a pretty decent sized drywall job. And all I've been watching on TikTok, man, is these drywall finishers, man, whipping the mud back and forth on the spatulas. Throwing that shit on the wall and making that shit look like art. And I'm like, yeah, man, come Monday morning, hey, with Joe with that bazooka taper and that 10-inch freaking mud box finishing tool. Oh, we about to do some good. All right. Hey, look, let me go grab some beer. Hopefully they got that here. And I ain't gonna bore you to death. I know I'm just rambling on. Oh shit, they got a loan check cash in place. I wonder if I can pawn my wishful thinking. Found beer. Literally like one little 6-pack of some Kona Big Wave was the only thing left. The only thing that was even somewhat, I guess, different than your normal shit. Yeah, these sleepy little towns, man, hey, they ain't going for it. But found the Corona, though. Somebody referred to that as Mexican piss water, which I don't know why you would call it that. I fancy the Corona quite a bit. And yeah, man, go back and enjoy. All I've been doing is filming in the car since I've been here. So I figured we'd go somewhere and explore. I needed to get out for a little bit, and I found me a little bando spot. Yeah. Had to park the car in the back in the cut. Not that I'm really worried about shit, but check this out, man. It's an old medical facility. Overgrown, desolate. Looked like somebody had broke through the back fence right there. Yeah. Hell, that house over there looks like it's abandoned too. They got a sign on the door. I don't know if you can see that. A picture of a firearm. Sure miss having the drone to be able to explore places like this. I wonder what the history is. What happened? Why did this place close down? Truthfully, it's probably not all that damn interesting, to be honest. I wonder if we can peep through any windows. Look at that. They still got the curtains up. Yeah, this is a small town, so, you know, homeless people milling about in places like this are probably, well, probably not going to be happening. I wonder if you can see through this window right here. Whoa, that is freaky right there. Super freaky. Yeah, y'all probably couldn't see. It was just a dark, desolate hallway. Crazy. So anyways, it's Saturday morning. Final day down here in Mississippi. Getting ready to leave tomorrow and trek 15 hours back home. And man, I gotta be honest with you, I am not looking forward to that ride. The ride down here was grueling. Maybe the ride back will be easier, considering I've already done it once, so I should be somewhat used to it. Look at this place. Yo, those blinds look like they just moved right there. And it looked like somebody's been peeking through the blinds. Huh. I don't know the history of this place. What happened? Did the insurance claims stop coming through? Disaster assistance, FEMA. You know, this area was decimated by Hurricane Katrina. So maybe this never recovered from that. I don't honestly know. Look at this. Wow. It says it closed on 2023. Huh. Crazy. What an interesting little spot. So, like I said, we're getting ready to come home tomorrow. Happy to be getting this trip over with. It's been a good trip, but I'm ready for it to be over. My son's had a great time. My wife's had a great time. I've had a good time. Just tried to make the most of this. Obviously, stressed out because I personally need things to be doing a hell of a lot better. I had to put off a drywall job until this upcoming Monday. Super anxious, super excited to get onto that. I wonder where this goes. Nowhere exciting. But here's something crazy to share with you guys. So I just landed another drywall job this morning at like 6 a.m. I was just waking up. I'm an hour behind, so it was really 7 a.m. my local time, and I had somebody hit me up, and they were like, hey, I got some drywall repair work for you. They sent me these 2 pictures right here. Now, of course, these pictures are probably gonna be a lot more to them in person, but you know, just trying to jump out there and possibly secure something else, I said, hey, look, I'll come take care of both of those 2 repairs for $500. That's $250 a repair. Should be able to knock both of those out in one sitting. So that would be awesome if we're able to do that. This one picture, I'm not really sure what all is going on here. I think it's gonna be a little more than what is actually cut out right there that needs to be removed. But you know what? So what? Let's get to work. Hey, if we can make $500 in a day or a couple of $100, pretty damn good. So how crazy is it to know that I'm not even in the area and I get the work coming to me to a certain degree. I want to talk a little bit about this sleepy little area down here in Mississippi. There's a lot of work down here. Yo, there's landscape that needs to be done. Probably, obviously, not here per se, but we went out to dinner last night, my wife and I. The grandparents watched our son. He was with his cousin as well too, so he really had a good old time last night. But we went out with one of my wife's friends, and ironically, her boyfriend just came home from prison. He just did 7 years in the feds. His story is a little similar to mine, except the places that he went were certainly a lot more crazy than the places that I did. Yeah, being in the Fed system, he was at a USP, which is a major in the feds. But he's out here doing construction work. He's only been home for a year now. He's doing painting work on the side. Him and I had a lot to talk about last night. Is that a trail that goes into the woods? I wonder where that goes to. Plenty of places to dump a body back here. You might not have the homeless posted up all over the place, but you certainly might run across a corpse. Which, that would suck. What a cool little place. So anyways, while talking with this guy, you know, he was telling me about the side work that he's doing. Just going out there, doing painting work on the weekends. I told him, hey, look, don't ever mess with apartments. No money in that. But he was a good guy, and it was a good conversation to be had between the two of us. And we were getting up from dinner last night. We were at this Mexican restaurant, so when we were leaving, this guy had been listening to our entire conversation. He was like, hey, you both do painting work and drywall? He's like, I'm a contractor. I got plenty of work. I'm like, dude, I'm not even from here. I said, but this guy right here, he's your guy. And man, he was able to secure some work right there on the spot. And I thought that was super cool. So definitely a small little area. I think to myself, would I have better luck down here? Would I have better luck down here trying to do the type of odds and ends that I'm doing currently where I am? And I like to believe that there's a possibility that that's true. You know, not everywhere is it going to be as easy, this is just my thinking here, to try to have your own thing. I mean, even here, you know, you're going to have the competition, but this is a sleepy little town. Maybe people are on like island time here, you know. We'll get to it when we get to it. You never know what the competition's really like, even if there is the competition, which of course there will be. But if you come in as some fresh blood, some fresh meat, and you're knocking shit out the park and you're able to get to it and, you know, get it done in a timely manner, who knows, man, maybe you could blow up and be a big contractor in a place like this. No guarantee, but it's just some wishful thinking. How they don't even got a damn grocery store here, which is the craziest thing. You got to go out of town to be able to get to the grocery store. That's just crazy to me. That's a business right there in itself. Go start your grocery store. All right, I don't want to make this super long, folks. It's been, what, a week since I've had a video. I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what's been going on. It's been a good trip. It's been a trip that my wife definitely wanted to make happen. I wanted to make it happen for her and my son. You know, they have both been enjoying the hell out of this. I've been trying to. I've just been a little stressed out due to the fact that, you know, no time is ever going to be a good time for me to travel. The internet down here has been very slow. Haven't been able to get much of anything uploaded. And that's been a real pain in the ass, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hey, I hope you guys found some interest and some enjoyment in this. I'm going to look forward to bringing you guys all this work that's upcoming this upcoming week. And appreciate your time and thank you for allowing me to share. I look forward to talking with you guys again real soon. Take care.